I'd like to take a deeper look into Mr. 100 wallet. Now, they have been continuing to buy and buy more Bitcoin, buying 100 Bitcoin at a time. And so this has been happening for a very long time. They now hold about 74,000 Bitcoin worth about $4 billion. And so who exactly is this, right? Is it a government or a country that has been buying and accumulating Bitcoin? Or is this a wealthy individual such as Michael Dell or Elon Musk? Or is this a Middle Eastern sovereignty fund? And so we're going to be going into that in this video. If you enjoy this type of content, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for future videos. And so in addition to Mr. 100, we're also going to be looking at one of its competitors. Recently, 2 weeks ago, there is a wallet out there that is now buying 500 Bitcoin per day. And so this has been going on for about 2 weeks. They have already accumulated about $700 million of Bitcoin just in 2 weeks. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the price of Bitcoin here. And so we can see here that Bitcoin's currently trading right around $54,000. Now, we were up at about $65,000 and we did have a pullback down to about $52,500. And so we can see now we could potentially be bouncing off of this support line that we have tested multiple times in the past in this channel, and we could potentially be heading back up to the top of the resistance line, right? And so we can see exactly we have bounced off this resistance line multiple times as well. And so we did. We went up here at $65,000, got rejected, and then pulled back down to about $52,000. And now we could be having a reversal here with Bitcoin heading it back up to about $63,000. And so I think that's something to be paying attention to. There's also going to be many different catalysts that could have some volatility with crypto this week too. So I think that's something to be paying attention to as well. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the Mr. 100 address here. Now, they are holding 74,000 Bitcoin, worth about $4 billion. And they have been continuously buying. We can see they're buying up to 500 Bitcoin per day. On 9.5 here, they actually purchased 500 Bitcoin. We can see on 9.6 they also bought 500 more Bitcoin. 9.7 here, 200 more Bitcoin, and then they purchased 88 Bitcoin on 9.8 as well. And so they are continuing to stack Bitcoin here. And so this is very interesting. As I mentioned, there is another wallet here also continuing to stack Bitcoin. Now, this is a Kraken cold wallet here, and they started buying Bitcoin about 2 weeks ago. You can see here they are purchasing 500 Bitcoin at a time. 7 hours ago, purchased 500 Bitcoin. 20 hours ago, 500 Bitcoin. You can see, I mean, just in the last week here, they have accumulated a massive amount of Bitcoin. They are now holding 13,000 Bitcoin worth about $700 million. And so this is massive, right? I mean, if this keeps happening here where they are purchasing 500 Bitcoin, we could start seeing a lot of upside to the price of Bitcoin. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the Mr. 100 wallet here. Now, according to Arkham here, this is the Upbit cold wallet for the South Korean exchange. Now they are holding $4 billion of Bitcoin, right? 74,000.7 Bitcoin. And they're continuously buying, right? We can see 2 hours ago, bought 88 Bitcoin. 1 day ago, 100 Bitcoin, right? I mean, just 2 days ago, they've almost bought 500 Bitcoin there. And so this is the wallet that's continuously buying more and more Bitcoin. However, if we dig deeper into this here, let's take a look at this Bitcoin address. They are holding 740 Bitcoin. However, overall, they have received 163,000 Bitcoin, and they have sent out 162,000 Bitcoin. And so you can see all of the different transactions here, right? I mean, they have a large amount of Bitcoin, then they sell it off, then they transfer it to different wallets. And so we can see that they have received a ton of Bitcoin. However, it has been sent out. And so if we take a look at some of the transactions here, we can see a lot of these are relatively small, 10 Bitcoin, 30 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin. However, we can see they also received large amounts of Bitcoin, 600 Bitcoin on 9.6. They have received 300 Bitcoin on 9.3. And so they are receiving this amount of Bitcoin, and then they are starting to split it into smaller transactions, right? And so whether they're disguising the transactions, they put it into these smaller transactions here, and then they go ahead and combine it back into the larger transactions of 100 Bitcoin, and then it gets moved back into this wallet address here, which is the Mr. 100 wallet. And so we can see that's where they get 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin again. And so these big deposits here of 600 Bitcoin is actually getting distributed into smaller increments, and then it gets put back together through multiple transactions to reach that 100 Bitcoin value that is being deposited back into this wallet here, known as the Mr. 100. And so what exactly is happening, right? Who does this wallet belong to? Is it a Middle Eastern sovereign fund? Is it a government or a country? Is it a wealthy individual, right? And so if we dig deeper into that here, and so looking at the addresses coming in to Upbit for the past month, almost all funds are coming from Bithumb, which is also a South Korean exchange, which in turn is being funded by Binance. And so Bithumb had an address which was created from consolidations of Bithumb deposit address worth 5,000 Bitcoin on August 13th. Then the addresses keep getting split into 10 Bitcoin into addresses, and almost all of these funds go into Upbit slowly, then consolidated into UTXOs of 100 Bitcoin into the Upbit Mr. 100 address. And so that is exactly what I was just showing you. And so Upbit was also directly heavily funded from exchanges like Binance, OKX, and Bybit. And so I think these exchanges here are all working with Bybit to either mix up the funds or they're using it to their advantage. And so is Upbit recruiting all of these fake users to purchase all these funds from different exchanges on behalf of some wealthy Asian businessmen, governments, or is this just one big money laundering scheme? Only time will tell. And so I think this is very interesting. This is a solid point here that could be potential of the Mr. 100 wallet. And so some other options here, right? You have to recall that South Korea crypto market was under intense scrutiny for years. It's 100% guaranteed that regulatory bodies in South Korea and other jurisdictions are monitoring these activities, right? And so they're definitely paying attention to what is going on. Maybe they're involved with it, right? A sophisticated market making operation, cryptocurrencies are moved between exchanges to provide liquidity and take advantage of retail. And so this right here is exactly what I believe is happening. And so I think this is a market making operation between Upbit, Binance, OKX, right? Bybit. A lot of these exchanges work very closely within each other. And so we also have another option here where large scale institutional investment, Korea, run by 7 to 8 families. And so this is a potential option here. However, I don't think that is the case just because of the consistency and the large amounts of Bitcoin that is being moved and then it's transferred into these smaller amounts. And if you go ahead and look at where that stuff's coming from, it's coming from Binance, it's coming from OKX, or it's coming from Bybit, and then it's moving into that Upbit storage wallet. And so we also have exchange cooperation as well, right? And so that is what I think is happening as well. Something is going on here with exchange cooperation, whether they're using this as a market making operation or they're storing all of their funds in that cold storage wallet. It is very interesting to see that it is continuously happening. And so I think this is more involved with exchanges in the transactions that are taking place rather than an individual continuously buying 100 Bitcoin. However, it is going to be interesting to see exactly what happens with this Kraken cold wallet here that has been buying 500 Bitcoin, right? Are they trying to outdo the Mr. 100 wallet? And now they are buying 500 Bitcoin per day. Is this going to become the Mr. 500 wallet here with Kraken? And so that's something else to be paying attention to. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the top cryptocurrency spot exchanges. And so we can see here, number 6 is Kraken. Then we have Upbit, which is the wallet that we were just looking at, the Mr. 100 wallet for cold storage. And so whether that is just storing client funds or is it utilizing all these other exchanges, right? I mean, a lot of the transactions are interacting with Bybit, OKX, and Binance. And so I definitely think that's something very interesting there as well. Now, we have some catalysts coming up that could affect the cryptocurrency markets. We have a stablecoin bill that is potentially going to be passed by the elections. Now, we're talking just over a month away from that. And so this could be coming here very soon. This is the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act of 2023. And so we have JP Morgan here mentioning that the stablecoin bill may pass before the election. We also have Ripple here stating that the USD stablecoin could be issued in weeks, not months. And so this is coming from Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, as they are launching their RL USD stablecoin. And so I definitely think this is something that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and this could have an impact on the cryptocurrency markets. Maybe this is what Ripple is waiting for before launching their technology. Now this could have a big impact on XRP here as well. And so something else coming up this week that could have a big impact on the cryptocurrency markets is the presidential debate. Now this is coming up on Tuesday, and now whether they discuss cryptocurrency as a topic or not, that could impact these. We could see a lot of volatility in the markets, and so I definitely think this is something else to be paying attention to as well. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future content, and make sure to check out that link underneath the video to Margex if you're interested in leverage trading Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.